folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natasha and I do book things here. Today's video is going to be 10 books that I am predicting are going to be 5-star books, because I figured at some point next year, once I've read all 10 of these books, I will update you guys and let you know if my predictions are correct. I've seen a couple people do videos like this and I just thought it would be really fun to do. And so I'm going to give you my 10 books that I barely know anything about, brief synopses of what I think they're about, and maybe why I think I might give them a 5. The first one is, this is Radiance by Catherine M. Valenti. I heard Possibly Lit Emily talk about this, and I've been captivated by it ever since. I have not read it. Obviously, I've not read any of these. This is the weirdest book that I have heard. So, it says Radiance is a deco-punk pulp sci-fi alt space. Nope. It says Radiance is a deco-punk pulp sci-fi alt history space opera mystery set in a Hollywood and solar system very different from our own. I think this is going to be maybe the most bizarre thing I've ever read, and lately I have been really into just bizarre books in general, like just weird books, and it's been like a thing that I've been truly enjoying. So like the fact that this has so much going on, and I love space books and I love like a lot of the stuff that's just mentioned in that little blurb, I kind of want to go into this blind and see where it takes me. So based on just the weirdness of that alone is why I think I might be a 5-star book. I don't know, we'll see. Up next is a book I bought full price. I've not gotten to it yet. That is A Heart in a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. Every single person that I know that has read this book has rated it highly and has talked about it at length about how great it is, and I haven't read it yet, so this is on the plans. In the plans for 2019 for sure. This, I believe, follows a girl who is running across the country for one reason or another. I'll find out. I believe her past, she dealt with like a sexual trauma or like a violent crime kind of trauma and is working her way through that. I've heard that it's written beautifully, it's hard-hitting. Those type of books typically that can make me react in some emotional way get high ratings for me, so this is one that I think will be a 5. Up next is one that I keep hyping up again in my mind. This is, a lot of these are on the books that intimidate me as well, so or books that scare me. That video did really well, by the way, thank you for that, for those of you who watched that. This one is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This follows a group of like eccentric misfits in like a university setting, and like a professor, and sort of like, I'm not sure what this entails, but I've heard it's like very pretentious, and I don't know, just so many people think that I will like this, and so many people that I like their opinions like this, and so that's why I think that I'm gonna give it a 5. This is also one I want to read on a vacation. I don't know why. I keep talking about that. I don't know why. Next is the scariest book that I have to read, but I think that I'm gonna give it a 5. That's S by J.J. Abrams. This is a book that I talked about at length in that Books That I'm Scared Of video. This is like very intense, like stuff in the margins and like mixed media inserted in it, and I think honestly figuring out the sort of mystery behind this book and the style in which you have to read it, I think that I'm going to be so fully wrapped up in the style of reading it that that's what's going to give it 5 stars for me. I love unique reading experiences, and this is the most unique one that I have, so I have a feeling that that is going to, I don't know, make me want to give it a 5. We'll see. Like, obviously I have to rate it on the story and stuff, but I think the overall, like, interactiveness of it is probably going to help its rating. Book number 5 here is another one that I've been hearing good things about. That is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. This I've heard is more like a little bit of a sci-fi adult book mixed with the discussion of what social media does to people, and I think that whole premise right there is just so interesting. I really like Hank Green. I watched the Vlogbrothers 12 years ago or 11 years ago on YouTube, and I've watched them since before John even released his second book, I think, or maybe his first one, I don't even know. I think I think at the release time of his second book is when I started watching them. I don't watch them as often anymore, but Hank was always sort of, I don't want to say my favorite vlog brother, but kind of. I always found Hank a little bit more entertaining, and so very curious to see what his writing style is like, because I really care for his personality. A lot of people that I watch and trust on BookTube have also rated this highly, so I hope that I do as well. Next book is sort of a YA, like, lighthearted story, but I love this author's writing. That is Alice Oseman. This is I Was Born for This. I finally picked this up, and I really hope I end up giving this 5 stars. It's maybe not typically the stuff that I read about in YA. It follows a girl in the fandom for like a band, maybe a boy band, and then the lead singer of the boy band, but knowing what I know about Alice Oseman's writing and the way that she writes realistic characters and situations, I have a feeling that I'm really going to love this, and I hope to give this 5. She's just a wonderful author, so that's why I'm basing it on her past work and her ability to impress me with her writing, so I hope that it is 5. Similar to that is an author that I've come to realize I just really like. That's Grady Hendrix, and so this is his newest release, which is We Sold Our Souls. I ended up reading, I think, the first 20 pages of this, and I've laughed, and I just fell in love with the main character. This is a book I want to read in October, but I don't think I'm going to wait. I think this is going to be just something I pick up soon, because I need this. This follows an adult female character. Weird, right? Like a middle-aged female character, and that alone is awesome. That alone in a horror is awesome. And then she used to be in like a punk band, basically. Heavy metal band, sorry. And what that means. And so yeah, 20 pages in, I really liked her character. Unfortunately, I put it down in October, not because I didn't want to read it, because I didn't want to not read it in October, which is so stupid. So I'm just probably gonna get to this sooner than next October and hope that I really like it, because Grady Hendrix's writing is like horror mixed with like humor, and I love it. And I rated both of his rated Horror Store 4 stars, but I loved the whole concept of that, and then I rated My Best Friend's Exorcism 5, so hoping to continue on that trend and give that a 5. Next one is one of my favorite genres, that is road trip books. This was on my TBR for 'Tis the Season-a-thon, so I'm going to be reading this sooner than later as well. That is The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. Pretty simple concept. They need to get the car across the country. The only person who can drive stick shift is her ex-boyfriend, so they go on a road trip together. And I love road trip books. Love them. I don't know what it is, just the sense of adventure, the like not knowing what you're getting into. I love road trips. It's just, I love it. I just love it so much. You know, like, I'm the kind of person where you don't have to take me far to entertain me. Like, if you take me 2 hours south to a town that I've never seen before, I'll find something interesting and something captivating about it. I just have this like, I don't know, like I'm scared of traveling by myself. I like knowing where I am and how to get out of situations, but the whole, I don't know, the mystery of not knowing like where you're going to end up and what you're going to see is just some of the best things for me personally. So road trip books really get that out in me, so typically they're rated pretty high. So I hope I like this one. So the second to last one is an emotional old person book. You guys know that's my other favorite genre. I love reading books about old people. I will be working on something in 2019 that I hope to have happen. So stay tuned for that. So the one that I picked that I'm hopefully will really like is My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologizes. Okay, anything else? Okay, does anyone else do apologies and apologizes is like the same word? In my head, I think I've always mixed the two, or I've just never at once has said, or I've written apologizes. It's always just been apologies. Anyway, that's just a me thing. This is by Frederick Backman, and I have so many books by him that I have not read yet, but I want to, and I have a feeling that he's going to be one of my new favorite authors. Turns out this is a Christmas book, so I don't know when next year I'm going to read this, but it says, Everyone remembers the stories their grandmothers told them, but does everyone remember their grandmother flirting with policemen, driving illegally, breaking into a zoo in the middle of the night, firing a paintball gun from a balcony in her dressing gown? 7-year-old Elsa does. Some might call Elsa's granny eccentric or even crazy. Elsa calls her a superhero. So this is actually categorized as a fantasy, and so I think that borderline between fantasy and reality, but then also fun grandma, I think this is going to be a 5-star book for me. I have hopes that it pulls out like emotional grandparent feels, because I have none left. I know that sounds morbid, but I just don't have grandparents left in the world. So I'm hoping that like I just like fall in love with a grandma in a book. That's a little too deep, but that's just how I feel, so sorry. And then lastly, the book that I hope is 5 stars is a new horror book. This is one I picked up from Book Outlet recently. People in my comments have said that they liked it, so I hope that it's a 5 for me. It's called The Troop by Nick Cutter, and this is basically a group of scouters. Boy Scouts are on an island, and I think it's like a zombie invasion or something, or like a plague-like invasion, and I think that's going to be fun, so I hope that I like this and give it a 5. But yeah, it is getting darker outside, kind of, and I am going to let you guys go. And yeah, let me know of those 10 books, which ones you've read. Have you rated them highly? Which ones out of those do you think that I'm gonna like? I hope that all of these are 5. I really, really, really do. And so that's why I made this video. I will update at some point once I've read all 5 of them. 5? All 10. This is fun. I hope this is fun. I hope this is good. I hope I can watch this video and reflect on this stack of books and go, girl, you know your taste. Hopefully. I don't know. I do hope you guys like this video, and until my next one, I will talk to all you soon.